This is the team. Very proud of them and all their hard work. Couldn't be where I am today without these guys up here, so thanks for having us. And before we get started with the announcement, I want to show you all a video. So please, if you could direct your attention to the TV. Last week I had posted my sparring. But there is something we didn't tell you. Last week I had posted my sparring media. The footage has amassed over 2 million social views within a few days. But there is something we didn't tell you. It was all planned.
Y'all thought I was gonna leak my sparring footage before the big fight? Platinum got your ass. It's time to get dirty.
New combat sport that I am very excited about, and we are calling it Dirty Boxing Championship. This promotion has been in the works for over a year, and we started this because of my success in bare knuckle. I feel that there are many great fighters and athletes out there that would like to compete in something like this, but don't exactly want to do bare knuckle and take the gloves off. There are a couple names that come to mind. We've made 5-ounce gloves special for this dirty boxing events, and there will be special rules to make this combat sport new compared to anything else that we have out there. So, my team is here today to help me in talking about all the new things with this combat sport, and I'd like to pass it to Abe.
Good evening, everybody. I hope all you guys are doing good today. This was a really cool conversation to have with Mike. We started this conversation probably about a year ago, and it was really good because Mike is a guy that's fought now, as you guys can see, in MMA, as well as boxing, bare knuckle boxing. He's a guy that can bring a lot to combat sports, right? And when we sat down and we asked him, like, what would you change? What would you do? What do you want to see better out of the sport? Or just combat, not out of any particular sport. And he said to me, he said, man, I'd like to be able to finish people faster. Like, we want to see faster fights. We don't want to sit around and wait for a decision. We want to give the person who's doing the damage every opportunity to finish the fight quicker. And my initial reaction to that was, well, man, I wonder how the person who's taking the damage is going to feel about that, right? Like, that's kind of the idea there. You want to keep them protected. But if you're able to get a person out of there faster, not taking damage constantly through the fight, then I think that's where we keep the athletes safe. With our background, obviously, many of you already know me from First Round Management. We've been in the combat sports game now for a minute, and we represented every, you name it, like in terms of like star and star power, whether they're in MMA or outside of MMA. I feel like we've had a hand in there. So when we talked to Mike about this and we're starting, we realized that we have a whole pool of athletes and a whole pool of stars that we can reach out to, not just from MMA, but from different avenues of combat and combat, hand-to-hand combat. So I know everybody's kind of waiting to see how we're funding it, how we're doing all these things in terms of our business acumen and all that stuff. So with that being said, I want to pass over to our partner, Josh. He's over there and he can fill you guys in on that.
Yeah, I'm probably the only one that nobody in the room knows, but my name is Josh McClain, founder of Campai Pandas, Campai Media, Overdogs Podcast. I'm with Mike Perry and Mac Malley on that. We just launched Overdogs Espanol with Guillermo Romero. And yeah, so this started, probably like last September. Sat in the office in Miami with Malky and Abe, and we just started kicking it around, right? And then things started heating up and getting really serious at the beginning of the year. Obviously, I love Mike. I'm his biggest fan. I tell people this all the time. I'm like, the one thing about Mike that people don't understand is not only is he the most violent guy on the planet, but he's also the most professional person that I've ever worked with. The guy's never missed a podcast. He's never showed up late. Like, the guy is a consummate professional to a T. And I'm excited about doing this with him. You know, obviously he's got a huge fight coming up tomorrow night, but this promotion we've been working on for a long time. Super excited about it. I think it's going to bring something unique. I consider myself a casual fan. I know a lot of people in the room, you know, make fun of casual fans. I consider myself one. I think this rule set is going to be the most exciting thing for the casual fan base that's been put together. And we spent a lot of time working on the rule set to make sure that happens. And with that said, I'll pass it over to my boy Primo.
How you guys doing? Good evening. My name is Malky Kawa. They call me Primo, as I am the little cousin to the other Malky Kawa that you guys probably all know. I'm the COO for First Round Management. I've been in the company now for a little over 4 years. I had the pleasure of meeting Josh back at a UFC event in Dallas, and we hit it off in the suite. And he owns a crypto company called Campi Pandas. We connected and we thought of some ways how to bring that into the combat world of MMA. And from then, or since then, we started a partnership and it led to this. And now we have Overdogs podcast, Campi Media, and we all got together and, you know, as they mentioned, and we started talking about how do we bring this promotion together. I will be overseeing brand partnership and sponsorship for Dirty Boxing, and excited to be part of this journey. We believe that ceiling's high and this is going to be the next big thing. That being said, I'm going to pass it to Adam.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm super excited and honored to be here in this room, and especially with these gentlemen at the table. I'm a huge fan of Mike. Been working with the Kawas for a while, and also with Josh. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Adam S. Kovacs, and I'm a lifelong martial artist. I started karate when I was 8. I'm 43 now, so it's been a minute. Also been doing BJJ for over 13 years, so I consider myself somebody who loves martial arts. When I retired from fighting for the Hungarian national team, I started my businesses, and back in 2017, I co-created Karate Combat, which you're probably familiar with, and been with the promotion for over 6 years as the lead president. And last year I stepped away and heard about these guys, and we started chatting, and we sit down in the FRN office, and we said, all right, we're not coming out from this place until we don't figure out what the fuck we want to do.
That's exactly what happened.
And you guys know Malky, Josh, it's not easy, right? Because like we've got a lot of personalities in the room. So, and we had Mike there who was so excited because finally he could be on the other side a little bit and own a promotion and be part of something special, and especially with what we all consider a special group, because the expertise we have on talent, on media and building businesses, and I believe I do have also expertise in building something from scratch. We thought that this was something that we should be doing, and these guys asked me to help and be the support who builds the promotion. So we sat there at the office, and we were thinking about something which Ariel asked me at one of the interviews we did, to give an elevator pitch of what the other promotion was. And so Mike is there, and he's so excited, and he just jumps up and shows us what it is. I've got the footage, but I'm asking Mike now to maybe show it now with these gloves.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe over here in front, and then we get back to it. But so since we knew what we wanted to do, I always just show this 5-second video, and it really explains what the whole thing is about. And I said, like, if you have an elevator pitch of 5 seconds, where everybody can understand what the rule set is, then you've got something on your hand. Sorry to make you work.
No, it's okay. I'm here to work this week.
yeah,
And,
shout out for doing this the day before
The fight.
You know, one of the biggest fights. You remember the video, right?
Yes, I do. So, you know, if I could tomorrow, I totally would, but only our sport is gonna have this. So I'm coming out and fighting, and bang, bang. And I hit him with something big, and he goes down, and I just come over top, and I keep punching him, and he's scrambling, and I try to punch him, and he gets a belly heave-up, and then he pushes me away, and the ref stands us back up, and we start to box again. Let's go. Oh, wait. Damn, we're gonna put some elbows in there. Uppercut, elbow, boom, boom. I knock him down again. I can finish the fight. And all that. All right.
Thank you. This was awesome. So I think this explains the rule set basically.
Pretty easy.
We're doing it basically small gloves, all hand strikes, punches, elbows. We're doing slap fighting, but the opponent can defend him or herself, which is pretty good, we believe. And also the reason we implemented ground and pound, because we think that when boxers get knocked down and there's the 8 count or 10 count, then you know, people who might be already concussed get punched in the face again. And it's proven in MMA as well that the smaller gloves and the possibility to follow up with action might be less bad for the brain health. So basically small gloves boxing, elbows, ground and pound until it is effective and the fighter needs to stand on both feet. Smaller 18-foot ring, vintage look, which I'm going to show you right now. And 3 times 3 minutes, 5 minutes for the main events. And basically that's it. We're going to have all the weight divisions. We're already in talks with the state commissions, and this doesn't work. One sec. Okay, so we just wanted to show you a little bit about the branding and a little bit why we decided to do dirty boxing. A lot of people are saying that Mike is a dirty boxer. When he goes there, what he does, he's always doing everything which is legal in the books, but people sometimes say that Mike is the best in dirty boxing. We also really like that whenever you watch a boxing match or an MMA fight, the commentators are always talking about this guy, this girl should start dirty boxing, start to get dirty, and we thought that this is perfect for us. So this is the brand we came up with, the logos, and here is a concept of what we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be smaller ring, as I said. We're gonna have a wooden platform because we're trying to make this super cool, super exciting, fast-paced fights, and something which is different, but you feel like, okay, how didn't I think about this before? Different angles and some of the branding. So that's what we're up to, and as I said, we're already talking to the commissions. We want to do a pilot show first to understand, what we're doing, and then at the second half of the year, we're gonna come with fight cards. We're looking to find the best talent, and the reason why this is so great because it is a real cross promotion where boxers, MMA fighters, kickboxers, karate guys can enter because the rule set is so simple that we think that this will be really entertaining for fighters, for fans, for distribution partners, for sponsors. So I think we're on to something, and we're going to do a lot of work. And we already, all of us, built something before, and we're very excited to build something again together. Thank you.
Open it up.
Want to open it up?
Yes.
Questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, questions?
Anybody going?
Congrats to all of you. I missed the rounds. How many minutes?
3 minutes, 3 rounds, 3 minutes, and the main events and the championship fights are 5 rounds, 3 minutes.
Okay. And when do you plan on doing the first event?
So we're gonna do something as a friends and family event just to see the rules, see how the setup and everything, end of September, October, and potentially if everything goes well, then the end of the year maybe do 1 or 2 shows.
And where will it air?
We're in discussions, but we're open for business, right? So like we're obviously excited about Mike fighting tomorrow, but we wanted to make sure that we announce this league because it's been in the work for a while. I've been working with these guys for a couple of weeks now, so we'll see. We want to go to the biggest one. We would love to be on Apple. We hear that they want Combat Sport content, Netflix, Hulu, but we're open for streaming as well. So we might do our own streaming, our own app. So, but I would say, you know, we were managing expectations because to start an organization is not easy. And especially, and with Karate Combat, we started from -4, from behind, because we had to really introduce a new sport, a new full contact karate sport. With this, with his built-in audience and his personality, and he's gonna be the face of the company, we believe that we start from +2, but we still have to do the groundwork of doing this the right way.
And sorry, just for Mike as well, will you be allowed or will you want to fight for Dirty Boxing, or are you just going to be the promoter?
Well, that is one beauty I can toss towards BKFC, is that I am available and I would like to fight for this promotion if it makes sense, if and when it makes sense. We will make it make sense, and I would like to fight here, main event, and at some time. That may not be this year, but you know, if we blow it up in our first show, possibilities.
Darren Till, where you at?
And last one for me, who owns the promotion? All of you guys. Everybody? Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. Which athletic commissions have you guys had conversations
Florida.
with so far?
The great
Florida.
state of Florida.
All of us live in Florida right now, so
Right,
that's
makes
what
sense.
makes the most sense.
I got a question. Is it the weight classes? Would it be like boxing or MMA?
More close to MMA.
Mostly MMA?
Closer towards MMA, but still, you know, still working out some details.
Go ahead.
Mike, what are you fighting for? Like, what makes you better than Jay on what you're fighting for?
Well, I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for Dirty Boxing. I'm fighting to be my own, you know, independent, you know, owner and leader. And I'm fighting for my own space in this world. So, you know, that's what we're here for, to blow up Dirty Boxing on a, you know, it's a clean way to look at something dirty.
Question for Mike. Can you explain a little bit more about, you know, why you want to make your own promotion, and I guess kind of the thought process behind it? Because of course you have BKFC, you're the full superstar now, but why this?
Well, you know, I am blowing up I have blown up BKFC. I have helped that promotion, and you know, why not lead the way for myself? These other companies get to blow up off of my back, and why not blow up my own people, my own spot, and make us a bigger entity and be in control of where everything goes. And also, I want to give back. I want to give back to the fans and give back to the fighters. You know, I have lots of friends who are fighters that we train at the gym, and I would love to give them opportunities to be seen in bigger fights and bigger opportunities, and also collect bigger checks.
Yeah, I got two questions for you. So one,
what current fighters have you spoken to about the dirty boxing? And then 2, I see a new chain. I don't think I've seen that chain recently, so I can speak on that for a little bit as well.
If you missed this was over the past couple days, but yeah, we had one made to tell the future, you know. Next time I have to get a chain made for how big this dirty boxing is gonna get once I go to get ready to step in here. But, you know, I know, like I said, those fighters that I have, those friends that I have, I know that there'd be lots of interested people ready to step in and put on a great show. I think a lot of fighters would like these type of rules, you know, and we want to attack a different brand of fighter that we haven't seen. You know, boxers, you know, MMA fighters leave the UFC and they go to a couple of them have entered the boxing ring that I'm going to enter tomorrow, but I had to work to get my chance to get in that ring. I had to go to bare knuckle, and a lot of guys don't want to do that, or else me and Darren Till would have already fought. He didn't want to take off the gloves, so this was a nice mid-ground for people who don't want to get split easily or bust up their hands in fighting, and then this allows them to put the gloves on and also to finish fights where guys aren't getting concussed so badly, where you get an 8 count, you get up and you keep fighting on. You know, I've talked to just a couple. I know I want to get my boy Alex the Spartan in here, get him a battle in here, and I know if he was here right now, he'd be like, hell yeah. So
let me say, with the amount of guys we represent or have represented and where we are just in the space, I know fighters would clamor for this. We didn't really mention it to a lot of guys, but you have to understand, right now, combat sports, the appetite for it is massive. So if we're able to give a fighter who's trying to make his way, whether it's to go, you know, to be a boxer, or he wants to be the best Muay Thai fighter, or he wants to be the best MMA fighter, it doesn't really matter. We're trying to give guys an opportunity to make some money, as well as have a platform to show, hey, look, this is what I look like. This is what I'm capable of doing. And when we can start getting those guys out there and hopefully with the finishes that we plan on providing to the fans and to the fighters, I think we hit a home run.
I have a question. Will you guys also have a women's division?
of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike, obviously, it's kind of catered to a lot of MMA fighters, but do you see boxers coming over to compete?
I definitely want to target some. I definitely would like to get some over here, and I think you know, they don't necessarily want to go to bare knuckle. You know, even like a Ryan Garcia, he's been talking with Sean O'Malley, but he wants the UFC to change their rules. Oh, no kicks or maybe no ground. I think Ryan Garcia might be available and would be open to something like this.
I'll expand on that just a little bit. One of the first calls I made was to Roy Jones Jr. And I said, Roy, here's our concept. You know, what do you think? Obviously, you know, you deal with a lot of boxers on a daily basis. That's your bread and butter. What do you think about smaller gloves boxing? You know, no kicks, no grappling, no ground game. And he said, Josh, there's so many good boxers out there that are mid-tier but aren't going to have that opportunity to make it to the top tier, and they're struggling to eat, right? They're struggling to put food on the table. He said, yeah, I think there's a lot of guys that'll cross over. You know, some of these guys are used to fighting in 8 to 10 ounce gloves. 5 ounce isn't that big of a difference. So yes, I do think, you know, a lot of boxers will come over.
Yes.
Quick question. So, obviously, dirty boxing has been in the works since last November. Tonight was the announcement. What's in the works, like, to really gain a lot of, you know, popularity in the next few months? Do you have a fight plan? Do you have another media announcement? Like, what's next?
Well, when I knock out Jake tomorrow, that's gonna help.
Let's go.
You know, just an opening for a bunch of guys, that mid-tier that he's talking about. You know, we're looking to give them exposure, get them good camera time, let the world hear their stories. There's lots of guys out there that train every day and that want fights. Some can't get fights, no promotions giving them attention, and we would love to take them, you know, the way we'll work our contracts. We will have deals here and, you know, get guys in and put on a show. And, you know, the first show will speak for itself. That will be, once we get that going, you know, before the end of the year, I think this will be huge in 2025.
Yeah, I think we want to do fun fights. You know, I mean, it's you can see the video what we created, and we want to do big fights as well. But we want a platform where people can shine, and what people can enjoy and be entertained, and that's why, and that's how we created the rules, because these rules gonna make fast-paced, big highlight finishes exactly what the media, social media needs, the content, the streamers, the distribution partners. This is what they're looking for, and we want to explore not only putting on just events, but to the lead up to answer your question, we're exploring, depending on who Mike will fight in this organization, to do something where he's going to select a few fighters who he's going to train together with, and his opponent do the same. We'll follow them, follow their preparation and the lead up, and then the big fight. So there's a lot of things we talk about, and again, just because this has been in the talks between the guys since November, we started working a month ago, maybe two, in terms of like, okay, now it's happening, we're doing it, and we're all in.
Mike, good to see you again. Is the goal also to raise money for this organization, also raise money for various like charities and various organizations? Obviously, you have the eyeballs, you have the attention of combat sports, and you have plenty of a fan base. So, is raising money one of the things that you want to knock off on the list to for this organization?
Well, as far as for the organization, we do have investors have already in place. As far as charity goes, you know, first thing we need to do is get off the ground up and running. And then, like I said, we would love to give back to the community. And the first charity is the fighters themselves. I mean, not to call fighters charity, but damn, we're slaves to the game. We fight for this money for a reason. So, you know, we're looking to get these fighters paid and get them, you know, some limelight.
Awesome. And after this, as far as bringing in names for this organization, bringing in names for this promotion, what names are you looking at? Or you know, you have so many different avenues to look for talent. Is there certain places that you're target fixated on, or do you want to do like crossovers, bring in that multi-universe from like boxing, MMA, all that stuff to bring to this organization?
Let me do that, because we're really going to do the talent on our side in first round. We're going to go out there. We're going to get the talent. The idea is get the big names, but also we want to develop our own roster of guys that we can turn around and say, hey, look at the next big thing, right? No matter what it is. So we will go after big name boxers. We'll go after mid-level boxers. We'll go after big name free agent MMA guys. We'll go after big name, hopefully glory guys. Like, we're going to go after all the big name guys at some point. I don't want to say we're going to do that off the initial fights. However, we will have big names with really fun fights for people. I think that's kind of the idea.
And one more question for me. So building talent and actually building names and building superstars, similar to like WWE and UFC, what's the key to that? Is it building personalities, making people relatable to the folks watching at home, or what do you feel is the key to building key talent, more key talent that's exclusive to your organization?
So me, I've been a huge fan of the WWE since I was a kid. Obviously, you know, most of you guys here as well have been. I think they've done it better than anybody else has through the history of promotion. And shout out WWE for, you know, my childhood. I love you guys. But doing that, it's, you know, it's very, very important to give the fans a reason to follow a person. So there are characters in this sport, and unfortunately, you know, a lot of the organizations tend to suppress that, and they don't allow them to be themselves and actually get there. So what we want to do is not change the fighters, because fighters, what they're really good at is fighting. You got me? You take a guy like Mike, and if we suppress what Mike does, Mike is not sitting here fighting Jake Paul tomorrow. You see that? So it's really just giving him a platform to amplify it and making him the huge star that he already has been for the last 9 years, 10 years. Everybody's figuring it out now. You got me? So our job is to go out there and really help those guys and just give them, ideas, different ways to make it happen. We will be utilizing the media that, Josh has over there, and we will give guys their own shine and let them get fans to hook onto them.
Awesome answers. Thank you.
One question is, would it be open to like celebrities or influencers that want to get into it, or like a Logan Paul or someone of that nature?
I don't think we should limit ourselves to who's going to be coming on board to come, to come fight. If we're able to get a big name influencer to come on and say, hey, look, I like this rule set. It's probably going to help me, and I want to try it out. I don't think we're against that. I think at the end of the day, we're going to try to bring as many eyeballs as we can to our league, to our sport. That's kind of the way we're looking at it.
I think just to follow up on that as well is like, we're not looking to turn it into a circus, right? We're looking to turn it into a legitimate new sport, legitimate promotion with legitimate fighters, homegrown talent, bigger names that may have come from the UFC, et cetera. But of course, if you look at like Bryce Hall crossing over to BKFC, right? Like that's a good example of what we would be willing to do.
Paige Van Zandt would be perfect for it. You know what I mean? She's, yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't want to limit ourselves, just as Abe said. And when we came up with the rule set, we had this in mind as well, because PKFC, for example, struggles with that not everybody wants to fight fair enough, right? Boxing is already, you see Misfits, you see all these organizations doing it. Getting into MMA for influencers, celebrities is not as easy. I'm not saying it's easy to get in boxing, but compared to MMA, it's a whole different level, right? But this one is right in between, where usually the problem comes with the kicks and the takedowns. It's never the punches,
That's right.
right? We've everything we've got here already exists, right? Elbows exist in MMA, ground and pound exists there, the punches in boxing. So, as I said before, this is easy to enter. So I think we're gonna kind of struggle that we've got such a big talent pool that like we really have to select well who we're giving the platform. And I always believe in platforms first. We do have to tell everybody's story, but not everybody's interested about everybody's story.
Correct.
So first you've got to build a platform where people can come and shine, and the raw diamond you can find over there. But if you don't have the platform, and then you have nothing. So, but that's what we're doing first. But we have Mike Perry, who is already a big star. He's gonna fight in there. He's gonna promote it, and we're doing this.
We'll get some of them security guards that was holding back.
There you go.
Company.
So Mike, sorry, go ahead. So Mike, will you be returning to Bare Knuckle Fighting after this fight, and then will you try to recruit some of those guys as well to Dirty Boxing?
Every day of my life is about fighting. So this is a way to take more control of my life and get to enjoy the fights a bit more. I can fight any day, anytime, and obviously getting paid for it is nice. So I'm focused on my fight tomorrow night, but I will continue to train, get better, and continue to stay prepared for any challenges that may come to me.
Mike, quick question. On that fight tomorrow night, not to get away from dirty boxing, but what's the mindset going into tomorrow? What's the day in the life of Mike Perry? How are you getting amped up tomorrow night, and how are you focused on being the best?
Well, amped up is, there's plenty of time for that. It's more about conserving everything, keeping all the energy that I've worked so hard to build, keeping control of it, and waiting to release it all tomorrow night and to give my best performance. It's been a long road for me to get back to put the pillows on again, and I'm looking to show how dangerous I can be in a pillow fight.
Mike, if you beat Jake Paul, do we call out
When?
Mike Tyson?
When
When you beat Jake Paul, do you call out Mike Tyson? Mike Perry versus Mike Tyson. What do you say? November.
I mean, that would be the only name. I don't know. There's lots of names. There's good names, but I'll be on top of the world tomorrow. So, you know, I'm just going to focus on that and building this company here. Dirty Boxing is the next generation of fighters.
Awesome.
Nice.
I got a question for you, Mike. When you beat Jake Paul tomorrow night, are you going to give him a chance to fight you again in Dirty Boxing?
Let's go!
He's welcome anytime.
You got a question?
So I know a lot of people kind of say that boxing is starting to die down a little bit. You see UFC really taking off. Where do you guys see Dirty Boxing in 5 years from now?
Possibilities are endless. It all starts with. It all starts right now. This is a great opportunity for me to sit here in front of all of you, and how the tables have turned. We're not, I'm not just a fighter now. I'm up here, Dana Black. So we can go to the moon or past it.
Is Dirty Boxing Championship how you can finally get your fists on Darren Till?
Maybe. Maybe. He was offered a lot of money to fight Mike already. He turned it down, so I don't know.
But he turned it down because it was bare knuckles.
Yeah.
So maybe this is my shot at knocking some teeth out of his mouth.
And guys, on that note, I do have to feed Mike before his fight tomorrow, so I'm gonna get him out of here if you guys don't have any other questions for us.
You want to do some quick photo ops?